MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's Game 4 of the National League Division Series between the LA Dodgers and the St. Louis Cardinals. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian welcoming you to our exclusive postseason coverage on MLB Network. With me is Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Dan, lots of storylines here as we approach the start of Game 4.
Well, because this is a 5-game series, this is an elimination game. I think that any time a team's season is on the line, they have to play like it. I think they'll be really aggressive and try to force the other team into some mistakes. If they play well, all of a sudden this series is all tied up, and we'll have a Game 5 to look forward to.
All right, the stage is set. The starters get their final tosses in out in the bullpen, and we've got a good one in store for you, folks. Play-by-play is coming up next. Number 62 is the man on the mound for the 4th game of the series. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, when you look up the word dependability in the dictionary, you'll find a picture of this guy. Career ERA just under 3.5, and that's saying quite a lot in the high-scoring games that we see in baseball going on right now. Real solid pitcher, controls the running game, controls the strike zone, and more importantly, he knows how to get deep into the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning. Solid pitcher, and he'll be fun to watch in this one here today.
Here's the pitch. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball.
First pitch, 7:05.
1-1 to the Dodgers leadoff man. Weather shouldn't be much of a factor. 71 degrees here at game time. 1-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Liner towards second, but this will be gloved out there at second as he didn't have far to go for the out.
Batting second, the first baseman, Matt Muncie.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. In there, no balls and a strike. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Ed Drummond.
Yeah, Matty, we got a good one behind the dish today in Ed Drummond. Well liked by all people, pitchers, batters, managers. All you want as a player is the ability to talk to someone. And that's what Ed does. He gives you that chance.
Zero, you hit a nail right on the head. He has a real long fuse. He's not afraid to let a hitter or a pitcher, I'm not saying complain about a particular pitch, but he's not the guy that's going to get mad and throw somebody and give him the boot just because a guy doesn't like a pitch or a pitcher thinks that a pitch is a strike and they call it a ball.
And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
Batting third, the third baseman, Justin Hernandez.
Here's the first pitch to him. And he waves at a curveball there. No balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Well, and he's got him in the palm of his hand now. It's 0-2.
Made him look silly with that one.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Bullet back up the middle. Bader will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers. And now the Cardinals get their first shot at it here. No score. David Price will do his best on the mound to keep his team alive here in the division series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Thanks, Matty. David Price, former AL Cy Young Award winner. Big fastball, 95 to 97. Curveball and a slider. One of the things he does well, commands the strike zone, throws a lot of strikes.
The right fielder, Gyro Munoz.
Now the first pitch here from Price.
Ball. Hey.
1-1.
Hey.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. The 2-2 one more time. Is looked at, and the count moves full.
You can bet these hitters are taking note of what the guy on the hill is working with. A long at-bat like this in the first inning can reveal a lot.
Full count here. Here comes the pitch. Fouled away. He'll try it again, 3-2. Hit softly on the ground to first. He's got it. He'll take it to the bag himself, and the leadoff man is gone here to start the home first.
Batting second, the second baseman, Carpenter.
So one away here with the bases empty, and that'll bring up Colton Wong. First offering on its way.
Nope.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Line toward right center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Hey, the leadoff man wasn't able to do his job, but the number 2 hitter came through right there with the single, setting the table for the big boys.
Goldschmidt.
Here's Paul Goldschmidt now, as he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and one away. Throw over to the bag. Runner's back. Wong, base runner at first with one out. Grounded up the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. From the belt, kicks and deals. And he takes one off the inside corner for ball 2. Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. Goldschmidt swings and hits this one very well out to deep left field. Gone! two-run home run off the bat of Paul Goldschmidt. His second home run of the series as the Redbirds have taken a 2-0 lead.
What a way to start this one off. Scoreless top of the frame, and you answer with a bomb in the bottom of the first.
Paul DeYoung digs in next.
The shortstop.
As he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. Bases are empty, one man out. Sent on the ground out to second. Scooped up. And there's out number 2.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, Matt Carpenter.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring up the sweet swinging Matt Carpenter. Now the first pitch here from Price. And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. On the screws to shortstop, but caught to retire the side. But the Cards do strike for 2, both coming on this 2-run dinger. We'll head to the top of the second. It's now 2-0 St. Louis. Cody Bellinger at the plate now. He'll lead it off here to begin the second.
Hey, we're still in the early stages of this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Two balls and no strikes. The count to the Dodgers center fielder. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
You know, he fell behind 2-0, Matty, but he battled right there and got right back in this count. An aggressive fastball middle of the zone.
3-1 to him now. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Now the 3-2 pitch. And that misses for ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk here to start the second.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving one up where he can really hurt you.
Here's Jock Peterson now. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. From the belt, kicks and deals. And a changeup here misses off the corner to start him out. It's ball 1. Count is even at 1-1 to Peterson. Nobody out, runner on first. Now a throw over, and the runner back easily. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball.
He might have to look for a different way to put this guy away on 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times, so he might be looking for it.
And it's fouled away. A A runner at first with no outs here. Throw over to the bag and a dive, but he's back. And a big cut at the breaking ball, but he comes up empty, and that's the first out.
Pretty textbook breaking ball for the punch out right there. Got it to bend a lot, and by the time it got there, it had fallen completely out of the zone. Not much you can do with that pitch.
Here's Corey Seeger. Can't find the zone there as he lays off the breaking ball. First swings for him in this one with a runner still at first and one gone. The 1-0 is laid off for ball two. Two balls and a strike. Runner at first here, one man out. Two balls and two strikes to Corey Seeger. Here's one that misses inside, and the count's run full now, 3-2.
Not a bad time right here to put that runner in motion. 3-2 count. You send the runner, and if it's a bad pitch, it's ball four.
Hit out towards second. And that is through into center field. A base hit. The throw to third. And he's safe.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in. Kept his hands inside the baseball and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hit hard on the ground to second. And that'll get on through into right field for a base hit. And the run is in to score from third.
That's just your classic ribby knock right there, Dan. He's able to turn on the pitch he wanted right there and drive it into the outfield.
Good job getting the barrel of the ball right there. Able to get that one through and picks up an RBI. Hard hit and a well-deserved run batted in.
Into the box now, Kike Hernandez. Fouled off. First and second now, one man out. Curveball close, but it's 1-1.
Hey, curveball that kind of backed up on him right there. Might have popped out of his hand just a little bit earlier than he intended.
Lifted in the air out to right. Long run for the right fielder. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. And he'll make it up safely to third, so they're at the corners now with two men out.
The catcher, Will.
So stepping in, Will Smith, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
34 pitches for him through an inning and 2/3 right now. That's not terrible, but it's a lot higher than he'd like.
Swung on and missed, 1-1.
It's not easy to get your barrel to a pitch that high. That can be an effective location as long as he keeps it above the letters.
Swing and a miss on a pitch outside. 1-2 now. Runners on first and third, 2 away. Back up the middle. And a base hit. So a very good at-bat there as the run is in to make it a 2-2 ball game. And now time is called here as their pitching coach is going to pay a quick visit to the mound to discuss how they want to attack things here. So that'll bring in Mookie Betts as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. And we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home so far this inning. And a cut fastball here that he started off a bit too far inside. It nearly got him.
Got to find a way to execute either a good fastball down and away or flip something off speed for a strike. You cannot miss over the heart of the plate in these situations. The hitter is on high alert.
The set and the 2-1.
3-1 here. You have to make a good pitch on the mound. Grooving one here rarely works in your favor unless the hitter tries to do too much with it.
Fastball is taken for a strike and he runs it full 3-2. He loses him on ball 4.
We knew coming into this game that this guy has a tendency to give up a lot of free passes, and history repeats itself as he's already given up 2 walks here. I'll tell you, effectively wild is a pretty tough thing to be.
And that'll bring up the versatile Max Muncie. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Pitch is piling up, 44, and he's not clear of the second yet. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. 0-2. Here it is.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
He didn't look overly fooled right there because a lot of pitchers will go to the breaking stuff 0-2, but he certainly looked ready for a breaker on that pitch.
Ready with the 1-2. High in the air down the right field line. But this is going to wind up a foul ball. From the stretch, the 1-2. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Bases are loaded here, 2 down. Late on that one as it's fouled off to the left side.
Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to go a little bit further outside the zone. 3 foul balls in a row. He wants to get a swing and a miss on this next pitch.
The set and the 1-2. Got him. So the damage winds up not being as bad as it could have been as they'll strand the bases loaded. This side is retired. So they do strike for 2, but it could have been much worse as they strand the bases loaded. On now to the bottom of the second, and we are tied 2-2. Last half of the second set to go, and that'll bring in the veteran catcher, Yadier Molina. First delivery to him on the way. Sends that one out of play for strike one. Molina is unlike many of today's hitters in the sense that he doesn't have a lot of swing and miss in his approach at the plate. More often than not, he gets contact, and I'm sure that makes him a frustrating hitter to face. Left field and deep. Back goes Peterson, but he has no chance to make the play. It's off the wall.
Hey, some guys can handle the postseason lights, and this is obviously one of them. Another base hit, leading off for the boys. This guy's had a monster postseason so far.
At the plate, Tyler O'Neill, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball one. Here's Price now on 1-0. And maybe a little frustrated on the mound here as the fastball misses for ball two now.
He might still be thrown off from that first inning, guys. He got knocked around pretty good, and that can be hard to recover from mentally sometimes.
Now the 2-0.
This inning hasn't started ideally for him on the mound, but here on 3-0, you have to have the mentality that you're only a strike and or a ground ball double play away from getting back on track.
Three and one. And that misses for ball four, and it's first and second now with nobody out.
Always tough to issue a free pass, but especially troublesome when you give up a single right before that to start the inning. We'll see if he can figure out a way to wiggle out of this.
Coming to the plate now, Tommy Edman, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. Here's the first pitch to him. Right through it here, and he's behind 0-1. None out, runners at first and second. And that fastball's taken, but catches the outer third. And he fouls this one off. That's popped up. Hernandez backs up a bit, and he takes charge for the first out.
Batting ninth, the center fielder, Peterson. Seeger.
2 on here with 1 man out. And into bat next, one of the fastest players in all of baseball, Harrison Bader. Here comes the first pitch. Fouled away. And he lays off for ball one.
Hey, he threw that pitch with a purpose to get a double play. Good job to let it go by, though, as a hitter.
And it's fouled away. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Fouled off. Here he comes again, 1-2. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. And the run will score all the way from first. It's 4-2.
Always nice to get some run production from the bottom of your order, right? That double brings in 2 runs, and the top of the order is coming up here. This could really be a big inning.
in now, Gyro Munoz. A ball and no strikes. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Sent on the ground out to second. And there are 2 away now.
The batter, the second baseman, Postseason.
Standing in, Colton Wong. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Here's the first pitch to him. That just misses off the inside for ball 1. The 1-0 home.
This offense is absolutely feasting on these count leverage situations. If he's going to have any chance of feeling good about his effort tonight, this pitcher has got to get back in the strike zone.
2 balls and a strike.
Even though it's early on in this one, anytime you get runners in scoring position, you'd like to knock them in.
And he fouls this one off.
Well, somebody's sitting off speed right here. Only way he was late on that heater is he was expecting another changeup.
Now Price misses here on 2-2, and he runs it full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Not a time to fool around right now on a 3-2 count with the middle part of the order coming up. Expect a good pitch to swing at.
Price pauses, and the pitch. Now a ball hit foul off to the right and up into the crowd. The next 3-2. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. But this will land untouched. Men on third with 2 down. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball. This is on the ground over to first. Fielded cleanly. Muncie will win the race to first easily, and that ends the inning. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We played 2 full. St. Louis is out in front, 4-2. And we're back in Houston. Welcome back to Minute Maid Park as we check in with Heidi.
Matt, during the break, I caught up with Dave Roberts, the Dodgers skipper, about his lineup's performance so far, and flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. It's still pretty early in the game, but they've seen a lot of pitches already, and he thinks the 2 runs they've pushed across so far is just the beginning, given the quality of the at-bats they're putting together.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Ready now, Justin Turner hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he hit it hard. That's all you can ask. You can't control the result sometimes, Matty. Just unlucky with the placement.
Here comes the first pitch. Line towards center field. And that'll get down for a base hit. So he goes after the first pitch, and it's early trouble here this half of the inning.
Boy, there's another base hit, and this is just kind of like that gift that just keeps on giving, D-Roll. Both teams piling up the hits, and we're just in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, their ears were open on both sides during the pitchers' meeting today. Good plan at the plate, a lot of execution from the offensive side on both sides.
Out in front of it, strike 1. He drew a base on balls his first time up. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch.
Pitcher wants to have a quick inning right here, capitalize on the momentum his batters have.
Third inning here, already 4-2 our score. And it's 1-2.
Hey, that's the modern game right now. North-south. Elevate that high fastball and bury stuff in the dirt. Completely different from the east-west we came up playing.
And this one's in the dirt.
I think that curveball is a big reason why he's able to turn things around in this start after a rough beginning. It's got some good bite to it. So that tells me he's doing a nice job of snapping it off out front. Really finishing that pitch like you're supposed to.
So next to bat will be the left-handed hitting Jock Peterson, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball one. The 1-0 home.
Oh, that's out.
Runners on first with one down. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. From the belt, the pitch. Jock swings and sends a ball to deep right. Gone into the upper deck. Jock Peterson with a two-run blast. His first homer here in the series, as that'll pull him even at 4 apiece.
Hey, that's the price you pay right there when you try and sneak a fastball past this guy. Power hitter, and every power hitter in the league knows you got to start with the numero uno, number one, man. You got to get on the heater and adjust to everything else, and he did just that.
Next at the plate will be Corey Seeger, as he'll take a look at ball one. A base hit in his first trip. The 1-0. Cardinals get the bullpen started here as a right-hander's up and warming. Liner toward right center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
I appreciate the moxie right there, but 3 fastballs at this level usually turns into a knock.
So now to the plate, Matt Beatty. In the dirt here, and a nice job keeping it close. It's ball one. Here's the 1-0. Fouled away. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Still only one out in the inning. A little early, and now it's even at 2-2. Ooh, he saws him off with that one. And he's safe at first as he beats this one out by about a half a step.
Hey, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step one, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield knock.
It is, D-Roy, and you can read that right off the bat as a pitcher. You can read the angle. You know that that ball is going to be hit on the ground, and you're thinking deep down inside, okay, there's a quick out, and it just wasn't meant to be.
At the plate now, Hernandez, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. The 0-1 on its way.
Yep, that ball went out.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like this, but he's done a nice job of gaining some count leverage. Look for him to put the ball in play hard.
And that pitch comes over to catch the corner. It's 2-2 now. And this is swung on and missed. His 5th strikeout already, and there are 2 gone in the inning.
He showed right there why having a good changeup is so valuable. 2-2, and he flips one up there that the bottom really falls out at the last minute. It's so hard to pick up, and it's even harder to make good contact with.
Into the box, Will Smith, as he takes a called strike on the black. It's 0-1. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. And 2 now as a curveball drops in there for a strike. Smith, a Kentucky-born ball player. This is his first year at the big league level. Got him swinging as he runs the fastball by him to end the inning. But the Dodgers do strike for 2 coming on this 2-run home run. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. All even now at 4 apiece. And we're back in Houston. Welcome back to Minute Maid Park as we check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cardinals to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And he was very pleased with how little they're swinging and missing right now. Looking at the advanced data, our researchers found that about 9 of 10 swings are resulting in some sort of contact today, which is well above Major League average. The result has been a lot of balls in play, a lot of hits, and solid run production, guys.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. And that brings up Paul Goldschmidt as we move on to the bottom of inning number 3.
And that last at-bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good fastball hitter. So I might want to move that ball up and down and in and out and try not to throw it right down the middle of the plate.
There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone called for a strike.
Hey, let's not sugarcoat it. He's had a rough couple innings. He's going to have to find a way, whether it be mechanically or mentally, to be able to stay in this game.
A ball and a strike to the Cardinals' first baseman. Hit weakly back to the mound. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
The batter, number 11, shortstop, Paul Seeger.
Striding in once again, Paul DeYoung. He got on top of one and was a ground-out victim last time. Here's the first pitch to him. One out, nobody on. Swung on, but it's pulled foul wide of third. Weak grounder back to the mound. On to first, and the price is right here, 2 away.
The third baseman, number 13.
And with 2 away, look at our playoff tree here.
Carpenter.
And you can see there, the team of the moment is the Chicago Cubs, as they have already clinched their entry to the NL Championship Series as they sit home and wait for an opponent. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that brings up Matt Carpenter. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch.
1-0.
And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
Not even close with the 1-0. He needs to get back in the zone, but be careful. Work the quadrants.
2 balls and a strike to Matt Carpenter. And it misses. 3-1 now. Yadier Molina would be next. The 3-1 pitch. And right into the shift. Throw on to Muncie, gets him, and with that they'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. 3 innings complete. Strap in. It's still 4-4. Dakota Hudson, the 6'5" right-hander, takes over on the mound.
The Cardinals, number 43.
Digging in now, Mookie Betts. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
Mookie Betts.
First delivery to him on the way. Curveball right on the black, taken for a strike.
Great pitch right there. That is a huge breaking ball. Not shocked he took it. Got to calibrate that one for a second.
1-1. Two and one now to Mookie.
I'd be real surprised if he goes back out away there on the mound. This is a count for a fastball challenge, and we'll see if he's ready for it in the box.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Sliders in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
It's a fine line from working down in the zone on 2-2 and bouncing one in there that basically stands no chance at getting swung at. Right there, he basically spiked that one right into the dirt, and now he has to find the zone on a 3-2 pitch.
Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. And another foul ball. A payoff pitch one more time. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Bader is there, and he has it for the first out. Cardinals are into their bullpen now, as there are the final numbers for their starter. Clearly not the postseason outing he had envisioned.
One of the tough things to do when you're trying to have a good pitching performance is keep the ball in the ballpark. He was filling up the strike zone, but he did allow 2 home runs.
Digging in once again, Max Muncie, 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Sinker to open the AB in there for strike one. Tight game here early on. 4-4 the score here in inning number 4. Good pitch there down below the zone. Got him to go after it.
You have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do any damage. You're just looking at either a bruised shin or a ground out to the left side.
And that's the second out.
Now batting, the third baseman, Justin Turner.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Justin Turner. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Strike taken as the curveball drops into the bottom part of the zone. Four runs, 7 hits. No errors for the Dodgers thus far. Ball 1. Line hard, but this will be a foul ball. The 1-2. Line towards center field, and that's in for his second hit of the afternoon.
Hey guys, he's not known for being a singles hitter right here, but that's his second knock of the game.
And I'm sure he'll take him, but the guys on the other side of the scorecard might be thinking we really avoided a worse fate. Cody Bellinger at the plate now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. The 1-0. Runner on first with 2 away. Full count to Bellinger. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. Lots of possible outcomes on this pitch.
Count remains full. Another full count pitch home. Again, he sends it out of play. The next 3-2. Pulled toward right center field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. 1 left for LA. Through 3.5, all tied 4 apiece. Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th. And here now is the catcher, Yadier Molina.
Yadier Molina.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And they'll try and get him out in front to start the at-bat, but this misses off the plate away. It's ball 1. The 1-0. And this is pulled foul as he was way out in front there. Here it comes on 1-1.
The count is 1-2.
swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. He's there to look it in his bets, and that's out number one.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Tyler.
Striding forward now is the DH, Tyler O'Neill. He drew a walk his first time up. Now here's the pitch. In there, strike one. O'Neill is just shy of 6 feet at 5'11", a right-handed batter and thrower. This is his second year as a major leaguer. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone. Well off the plate with the change of pace. That's ball 2. 4 runs, 4 hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds. Lifted into center field. Bellinger's in pursuit. He gets there, and that's the second out.
Now batting, left fielder, Tommy Edman.
Stepping in, Tommy Edman. He flew out in his last at-bat. Now the first pitch here from Price. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
Man, this guy's in a good groove right now. 7 straight retired. He's locked in.
Fastball called for strike 2.
You know that nasty changeup's lurking right here. If I'm in the batter's box, I have to tell myself to stay back. I have to take pull side out of the equation, or that changeup's going to beat me.
This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And indeed it will. He throws him out at first, and the side is retired. Nothing across here this half of the inning. On to the top of inning number 5 we go, and we are tied 4-4. All ready to go in the top of the 5th, and that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Jock Peterson.
Yeah, man, this guy flexed his muscles in that last at-bat. We heard that he has good power. That last bomb had to go well over 400 feet. He hit it a long way.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. And now pitch on the way. Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2.
Looked like he was a little over-aggressive there to throw that nasty curveball. Just needs to slow his delivery down a bit.
The 1-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Here's Corey Seeger. As he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. The windup and the 0-1. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Line to short, but gobbled up there, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Matt Beatty.
So coming to the plate, Matt Beatty, already 2 for 2. He'll look to add on right here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Sinker to open the AB in there for strike 1. The slider just about gets away from him there as it runs in a bit too close for comfort. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. 5th inning here of a tie ball game, 4-4. Chopper to short. DeYoung gathers it in. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Home half of the 5th coming up, and we are tied 4-4. Set now for the bottom of the 5th, and next will be a speed threat in the form of outfielder Harrison Bader. First pitch on its way. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
Well, he's still out there to start the 5th inning, but it's been a real grind of a start for him. The pitch count is much higher than he'd like it to be, so it's hard to imagine him working really deep into this game.
Late swing, but he's still able to get a lot of this one out toward deep right field. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His 2nd home run of the series as they will take the lead here. It's now a 5-4 ball game.
There's still some game left to be played, but that one swing could end up being a deciding factor in this one.
Into the box now, Gyro Munoz. Guess he'll pop this one foul off to the left and out of play. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. And that last pitch from Price was number 73 in the ballgame. Price ready with the 0-1. In there, and he's ahead 0-2 now. Some action in the Dodger bullpen now as it appears they have both a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2. And that misses 2-2.
The struggles continue, but that happens when you're not able to locate your secondary pitches. You become a one-pitch pitcher. He needs to start to get those secondary pitches over really fast.
Hot shot to third and handled for the first out.
Now back, second baseman, Carpenter.
Colton Wong will stand in. First pitch on its way. Popped him up. Turner is under it. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Now batting, the first baseman, Goldschmidt.
Into the box now, Paul Goldschmidt. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Ball 1, no strike.
2 out, nobody on. That's wide, 2-0.
Looks like this guy's afraid to throw the ball in the strike zone. Gave up that home run earlier in the inning. Needs to get back to being aggressive.
Too high, and it's 3-0.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had the green light here. Matter of fact, I know he's got the green light here. He's looking for something set or cut, and he's looking to do damage.
3-1.
Probably better that he let that pitch go anyway. After seeing a lively fastball on the pitch before, it's pretty hard to sit back enough on a well-thrown changeup.
Here's Price on 3-1. And a fastball misses there, ball 4.
And don't forget, he gave up a long ball earlier in this inning, so you can understand why he wasn't too aggressive with him there. When he got him to 3-1, he wasn't too anxious to challenge him.
So the runner at first here with 2 gone in the inning, and that'll bring in the Illinois State product, Paul DeYoung. Price pauses. Here comes the pitch. And he'll look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0. Has a look, now the pitch. Here's a swing and a miss, 1-1.
Wow, what makes it so tough to be a hitter is to be able to hit and change his speeds, right? You're geared up for the fastball, and all of a sudden, he pulls the string and throws you the straight change, the dreaded equalizer.
Well below the knees, laid off on the changeup there.
You can really tell about how effective this guy's going to be when guys are swinging at that changeup. So far in this one, they've been real smart to let it go.
Now the 2-1 pitch.
After fouling off the second one, I got to step out of the box, adjust my batting gloves, and tell myself there's no chance he's tripling up on that pitch.
The 2-2. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. 1 for the Cardinals in the inning on the solo home run. Through 5 innings, it's now 5-4 St. Louis. Into the box, Kike Hernandez. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch-outs will stick with you a little longer.
Sinker's in there, no balls and a strike. Cardinals are going to get something going in the bullpen now as a left-hander has begun to get loose. Windup and the 0-1. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Welcome to my world right here, batter. I've seen this 0-2 count way too many times. Hittable pitch in the middle of the zone, you take one. Slider in the dirt, you come unglued. Now you got to step out of the box. You have no idea what's going to happen.
And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Good pitch right there with the bases empty. Why not take a shot? Throw that breaking ball in the dirt and see if he'll chase after it.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
Now batting, catcher, Will Smith.
Stepping into the box, Will Smith. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder. Hey, love the pitcher attacking the zone right here. He knows he's got a patient hitter at the plate. Might as well steal that first strike.
Popped him up. Molina over to his left. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
The batter, the right fielder, Mookie Betts.
Here's Mookie Betts. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Oh, that's out.
Now the 1-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
You know, with 2 outs and nobody on, that's the last thing you want to do on the mound. That really gives the opposition some hope that they can do something with this inning.
Tyler Webb comes on now, and this move looks to be all about playing the matchup here.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any doubt about that, Matt. They want the lefty-lefty matchup, and that's usually the right move, but we'll just have to see how this plays out.
Max Muncie will be the first to greet him here as he stands in with a runner at first and 2 away. From the stretch. 0-1 the count. From the stretch.
Nope. That's inside.
Now a move over to first, and the runner back safely. He's set. Here comes the 1-1.
2-1.
Chopped toward the second baseman. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Dodgers leave 1. Still down a run. It's 5-4. Dylan Floro enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th inning now, and that'll bring up the sweet swinging Matt Carpenter.
The third baseman, Matt Carpenter.
First delivery to him on the way. Sinker gets the outside for a strike.
Bobby Cox always used to say, I'm going to put you in positions to be successful. Well, against the modern-day bullpen, easier said than done. These guys are throwing flames from all arm angles.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. He dives. Did he catch that? He did. What a play there for the first out.
Taking another look at it, the ball has some topspin on it, but he's on the full run and dives to make the catch. Nice defensive play right there.
The next to bat for St. Louis, Yadier Molina. His line includes a single and a fly ball in 2 at-bats thus far.
I mean, Yadi, when he first broke on the scene, was a defender first and foremost. You can't say that anymore. I mean, he's evolved into a really, really nice offensive player.
Now back, the designated hitter, Tyler O'Neill.
So 2 gone now in the St. Louis half of the 6th, and into bat next will be Tyler O'Neill. First pitch of the at-bat.
Too high. Ball.
And now some action in that Dodger bullpen as a left-hander has begun to get loose. The 1-0. Hit back up the middle. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely.
Now back, the left fielder, Tommy Edman.
In now, Tommy Edman batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Comes set and the 0-1.
Nope, outside.
Wow, really close pitch on 0-2. That just missed, and if he hits that spot right there again, he might get the call next time.
Here's the pitch on 2-2. And he comes back with one down and in for ball 3.
Good running count right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. He'll be off to the races on this pitch.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Hit toward the right side. And this is taken for the out. One left for the Cardinals. They lead it 5-4. Digging in and looking for more, Justin Turner. Lifetime against this pitcher. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. That swung on and missed. We're even at 1-1.
He's having a great day at the dish. His timing is spot on. This pitching staff's going to have to find a different way of attacking him.
2 balls and a strike now. Two balls and a strike. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
What I love right there is just the freedom in that hack. He ain't trying to do anything but hit the baseball as far as he can.
3-2 now.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
Full count still. And here's a ball in the air now, carrying a bit out toward right center. Munoz moves to his right and puts this one away in the alley for out number 1.
Number 35, Cody Bellinger.
And next will be the Dodgers cleanup hitter, Cody Bellinger. 0 for 2 for him to this point. He's ready. Here's the first offering. A bouncer to the left side. Carpenter has it. And a close play at first as he had to go up the ladder to get that one, but he kept a foot anchored on the bag, and that's your second out.
Peterson.
Now at the plate, Jock Peterson. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. First pitch on its way.
Wouldn't mind a pitcher expanding the zone a little bit more and using his aggressiveness against them.
And it's quickly 0-2. And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one. Dodgers down in order. And the deficit holds at 5-4. Adam Kolarek gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Adam Kolarek.
Last half of the 7th here, and into bat next, one of the fastest players in all of baseball, Harrison Bader.
That last at bat, Manny, the changeup right down the middle of the plate. Listen, this guy's got a great changeup, but he can't afford to keep throwing it middle like he did that last at bat. If he does, this guy might be hitting back-to-back jacks.
A ball and a strike. Kolarek is among a dying breed. Those lefty specialists whose roles are changing with the new rules around reliever usage. One and two now as that one's fouled off. He stays alive here as he gets a piece of this, and in turn he gets a piece of the catcher behind the plate. Ready with the 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Well, I think that pitch is the result of a lot of foul balls. He might have tried to do a little bit too much with it, trying to get him to swing through it, but it just ended up taking off on him.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue.
I know the fans love the souvenirs, but the battle between the pitcher and batter right here is what makes the game great.
Here's another 2-2.
Okay.
He's definitely going to want to get greedy in his zone, and he's obviously seeing the ball well, or he would have swung at that pitch. Sometimes in these long, epic at-bats, you start to get into swing mode.
Grounded down the third baseline, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. Payoff pitch one more time. That misses, ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to start the home 7th.
And that at-bat will put a smile on any manager's face. The pitch total of the opposing pitcher just keeps going higher and higher, and he still couldn't put him away. So this inning is off to a good start for the guys carrying the sticks.
Stepping in for the Cardinals, Gyro Munoz. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. First offering on its way. And now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Sacrifice attempt here. To second for 1. Throw on to first won't be in time, so they just get the 1 there.
The second baseman.
One gone for the Redbirds in the 7th, and that'll bring up Colton Wong. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And a ball 1-0. Here's a look over to first. And a dive, but he's back in. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Runner's on the move for second. Early swing there as he pulls it foul to the right side. The 1-1 home. Good bite to that sinker as he gets him to swing through it for out number 2. Pedro Baez takes over here with a runner at first and 2 gone in the inning.
Goldschmidt. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Dodgers, number 52, Pedro Baez.
Paul Goldschmidt will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. From the belt, the pitch.
Ball. Ball one, no strike.
Here comes the 1-0. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2. And it's fouled away. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1.
Count for 3-1.
Well, this has been a long inning already, and I know he doesn't want it to get any longer. I expect a challenge pitch right here.
The 3-1. A swing and a miss, and that'll fill the count at 3-2.
Good spot for an RBI. Put the ball in play with the runner in motion. He could score all the way from first.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And that'll get down out there near the wall. And a huge insurance run is in to score all the way from first.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there. Has to feel good as a hitter right there to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing room.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free and easy frame of mind instead of going in a one-run game where every pitch is so important. You're one pitch away from a solo tying the game up. That's not the case now.
Paul DeYoung is in with 2 away here as this one swung on and missed for the first strike. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1. And that fastball's too much for him there. 1-2. Great changeup there in the dirt for the 3rd strike. And that ends the inning. Cards get 1 in the inning on the RBI double. We'll march on to the 8th. It's the Cardinals 6 and the Dodgers 4. New pitcher to tell you about, and it's a guy drafted number 6 overall out of North Carolina in 2006, the 6'6" lefty Andrew Miller. All set for the start of the inning, and stepping up as the shortstop, Corey Seeger. Here comes the first pitch.
Ball, that's off the plate.
The 1-0 home. And he turns on this one and yanks it foul and back out of play. Oh, looked like he was towing an anchor there. 1-2. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. Gone to lead off the inning. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. And this will make things interesting at this point. It's now a 6-5 game. At the plate, Matt Beatty, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. Miller is known in part as a reliever with a clutch factor, perhaps. An escape artist is another way to put it. Regardless, he seems to be at his best when pressed up into difficult situations, which is kind of what you want out of a bullpen arm.
No doubt about it, Matty B. And I call a guy like this troubleshooters. Guys that you can bring into a game with runners in scoring position. They don't panic. They keep the game at a slow pace. And more importantly, they make good pitches to good hitters to get out of tough situations.
3-0 to him now. The pitch. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
The hitter was dug in looking for something to hit, but he would have needed a telephone pole to hit that thing way out of the zone.
So a runner at first now with nobody out. And that means the plug-and-play utility man Kike Hernandez will bat next. From the belt, kicks and deals. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. A ball and a strike. Hernandez behind the ball and 2 strikes. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going.
Got to take advantage of that pitch right there. 0-2 breaker hanging over the heart of the plate. Not going to see too many of those today.
Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Now another 1-2. Slider laid off for a ball.
Man, that's a great take right there. Backdoor slider just missed the outside corner. This guy must have a really good eye. Most guys swing at that pitch.
Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
Man, I love watching a pitcher that just rears back and blows smoke by a guy at the letters. That's the ultimate challenge pitch, and for me personally, watching hitters swing and miss, man, that's a sight of beauty.
Stepping in now, Will Smith. This will take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. Ready with the 0-1. Good opposite field power here, taken high and deep to right. Munoz will have plenty of room as he makes the catch, and there's a big out number 2.
Now batting, right fielder,
John Brebbia enters the ball game out of the pen, looking for the final out here in the top of inning number 8.
John Brebbia.
Mookie Betts will be the first to greet him here as he stands in with a runner at first and 2 away. From the belt, the pitch. There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone, called for a strike. Now a swing and a miss, and things are not looking real promising here. Down 0-2.
Oh, I love that pitch right there. Up and in. Jam. Sandwich.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. 2 out with a man at first. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats in left. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2.
This is a fun guy to watch when he's up there. Really battles. Doesn't take any pitches off. He's a grinder. Always seems to make it difficult on the opposing pitcher.
Loud contact by Mookie and a ball carrying well to left field. And as Dodger fans have heard for years, she is out of here. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left as they move out in front 7-6. Next up is Max Muncie. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. Struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. The 1-0. To right field and absolutely hammered. Forget about making a play on that ball. It's way out of here. Back-to-back home runs. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His second home run of the series, and it's now an 8-6 ball game. So now to the plate, Justin Turner. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. It's been a 2-for-4 effort for him so far in the ball game. Fouled off. Four runs here in this half inning. And he fouls this one off. Another one sent foul. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. So 4 runs in the inning, but of note there was that they came on the strength of 3 home runs. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. The Dodgers lead it 8-6. Blake Trinan is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 49, Blake Trinan.
Digging in, Matt Carpenter. He'll see what he can do leading off the home 8th.
Matt Carpenter.
He's set. Here it comes. That one's down around the knees, taken for a strike.
Tying run stands on deck, but it'll only matter if the guy in the box can get on base.
Yeah, and that has to be his mentality at the plate right now, Matt. He can't be the hero, so he needs to do what he can to give the guy behind him a chance to be the guy.
Count now a ball and a strike. 1-1. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2 now.
Hey, I'd like to see a little bit more discipline in that. You get a count in your favor, he's swinging a pitch that bad? Not good.
And a full count as that misses. It's 3-2 now.
Hey, leading off an inning in this situation, 3 balls on you. You have to know that a solo shot's not tying this game up. You have to find a way to get on base any way possible.
Good battle. Count remains full. Left side, but well foul. He can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat. Well, this has been a bullpen game for some time now, but let's go back and review the performances of the 2 starters, neither of whom turned in an outing to remember. Ready for another shot now. Yadier Molina. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Here's the first pitch to him.
Well, counts 1-0.
Just missed with that heater, but even if he wanted to swing, I don't think he could have caught up to that one.
Ball
3-1. Tyler O'Neill waits on deck. Ready on 3-1. Here it comes. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Gone as it's into the Crawford boxes. A solo shot here to left, and it's now an 8-7 ball game.
The designated hitter, Tyler.
Standing in now, Tyler O'Neill. He'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. As we near the end of this one, I think it's safe to say that the story of the game has undoubtedly been the long ball. Guys, what do you think about what we've witnessed?
Well, as a former offensive player, I absolutely love it. Kudos to both lineups for doing absolute damage today. One of the most fun watches of the year.
You know, D-Roll, what this shows me is this new age way of guys going up there, and they're swinging hard. You need to make good pitches, quality pitches, and if you don't have command of the fastball, you're in for a long day, and we saw that here this afternoon, a ball flying out at near record pace.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss got him reaching. And he makes the throw to first. O'Neill is retired, 2 down now.
You know, professional catchers make those plays look easy most of the time, but that was a big play that shouldn't go unnoticed. Had he found a way on, he would have represented a tying run, so that was a nice job there to make sure that strikeout didn't get wasted.
Coming to the plate now, Tommy Edman. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
Outside, that's the ball.
That's inside. 2-0. Now the pitch. High and away, not close. 3-0. Harrison Bader would be next. He's set. Here's the 3-0.
You maybe get 2 pitches a game where all the guesswork goes out the window. This is certainly that situation.
The 3-1. Fouled away. Payoff pitch one more time. Heading out towards shallow right. Betts on the run. But he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass.
Now batting, center fielder.
Joe Kelly enters here looking to get the final out before the 9th inning.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Los Angeles, number 17, Joe Kelly.
And that'll bring up the former top prospect Harrison Bader as he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. 0-1.
Hey, I know the tying run's at first right here, but if the pitcher on the mound executes, keeps the ball in play, I think good things are going to happen.
Here's the pitch. Now a rocket deep down the line in left. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. So now they'll have 2 men in scoring position following the 2-out double.
And he just blasts this thing down the left field line. I thought it might bend foul, but it lands just inside the chalk, and he's able to leg it out for a double. Good looking swing.
Back to the top of the lineup, stepping in, Gyro Munoz. His day at the plate hasn't amounted to much, 0 for 4, but this is a great opportunity to make amends.
Well, when your team really needs you, like they need it right here, you have to be able to put your personal struggles out of your mind. Right now is all that matters.
Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Hit in the air out to center field. Bellinger's under it, and they'll avoid the big inning as he makes the catch, so just the 1 run scores here in the frame. Cards forced to settle for 1. We're through 8 full here in Game 4. Dodgers lead this one 8-7. Alex Reyes enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. So here's Cody Bellinger. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once.
Cody Bellinger.
First offering on its way. The windup and the 0-1. And there's ball 1. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. There's a breaking ball that couldn't quite catch the inside.
Good job to work the count and put himself back in the driver's seat. Started off with 1 strike, and now he's got the count in his favor, 3-1.
Bellinger connects as this is deep to right. And out of here. And I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed. It's a solo homer for Cody Bellinger. His 2nd home run of the series as they've taken a 2-run lead. To the plate now, Peterson. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. Bases are empty here, nobody out. 2-0 now. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. Now the 2-0 home is looked at for the first strike.
Gutsy pitch right there. 2-0 changeup for a strike. Good call by the catcher. Great execution by the pitcher.
The 2-1. Waves and misses for strike number 2. He stays alive, still 2-2. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. Strike out here yet again, as it's been a ball game to forget thus far. 4 strikeouts. Corey Seeger will stand in yet again, and he, of course, has had one of the big blows in the contest so far. This was back in the 8th, as this solo shot proved to be a very important run in this ball game. First delivery to him on the way. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside, 2-1. 3-1 is the count to the Dodgers shortstop. The 3-1. Fastball swung on and grounded out towards second. And there's out number 2.
Now batting, designated hitter, Matt Beatty.
Stepping into the box, Matt Beatty. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that one got a piece of him.
You always want to see the curve break a lot, but this one breaks a little bit too much. Comes all the way across the plate and nicks the batter.
Stepping up now, Hernandez. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one. And we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
Here comes the first pitch. And he takes ball 1.
Love the fact that he's not scared to go right back inside with another fastball. I know he hit the last guy, but if he's going to have success, he's got to establish that pitch in.
The set and the 1-0 pitch. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing. He's set. Here comes the 1-1, and it's fouled away. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And this one's in the dirt, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. Just hung in there on that one. A runner on first with 2 away. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Three-two pitch. Liner towards second. And the throw just does beat him at the bag, so the side is retired. 1 for the Dodgers on the solo home run. Last chance coming up here for the Redbirds. It's the Dodgers 9 and the Cardinals 7. Kenley Jansen comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the 9th.
Number 74, Kenley Jansen.
All set for the bottom of the 9th. And that'll bring in the second baseman, Colton Wong. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Try to bunt his way on, but this is popped up. And the throw will be too late, so it's a bunt single to get him started here.
Now batting, the first baseman, Goldschmidt.
At the plate now, Paul Goldschmidt, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. This at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now.
Ugh, is that ugly? You could probably throw anything out there to this guy. He'd swing at the rosin bag if you throw it up there.
Working for the punch-out and the offering. Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out.
Pretty textbook pitching right there. Jump ahead in the count 0-2 and then start working outside the zone. Easier said than done, but that's the way you do it.
So that brings in the power-hitting middle infielder, Paul DeYoung. Now here's a fly ball. Well hit. That one is out of here. This game is tied. So it's a two-run shot to right center, and we are tied again. Digging in now will be Matt Carpenter, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0 for 4 ball game right here. And that misses 1-1. And the pitch. And that fastball's too much for him there. 1-2. Fouled off. Oh, and you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2.
We know he's probably still thinking about that game-tying home run he just gave up, but I'm going to give him credit for not showing that it's bothering him. When you come back and strike out the next guy, it shows you've still got your head in the right place.
Yadier Molina digging in now, and he'll take a look at ball 1. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. The 1-0.
That's in. Ball 2.
Hit down the line at first, but this will get fouled. 2-1. This is foul right side. 2 out, nobody on. Count remains 2-2. Lifted down the line in left. And this will wind up a foul ball.
Hey, have an AB right here. I know it's frustrating the heck out of the pitcher. You keep fouling these pitches off. Maybe one misses over the heart of the plate.
Now here's another pitch fouled off and heading for the seats, and he's just fighting to stay alive here. Still 2-2. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's working full now at 3-2.
You can certainly tell at-bats like this one frustrate the heck out of a pitcher. But you got to find a way to stay composed and execute your plan.
He's set the payoff pitch. And this one runs in on him as he can't get his arms extended. A great pitch there, and the inning is over. But disaster has already struck here in the bottom of inning number 9 as 2 runs come across, and they'll have to work a little longer to try and pull this one out on the road. 10th inning coming up, and we are tied 9-9. We are into extra innings, and next to hit is the catcher, Will Smith. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this is taken outside for ball 1.
Obviously, it's pretty deflating when you blow a lead in the bottom of the 9th, and now you're still fighting in extra innings. But the fact is, the game is tied, and a win is still very much a possibility, so they have to play that way.
2-0 now. On the ground to third. Taken in by Carpenter. Throw to first gets him. 1 out here to lead off the 10th.
Up next to the Dodgers, the right fielder, Mookie Betts.
Trying to pick things up where he left off. Mookie Betts. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. First pitch coming. Here it is. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. One out, nobody on. And this one's too far inside, ball 2.
This guy uses that 2-seamer to set up his other pitches. 2-seamer in, breaking ball away.
The 2-0 on the way. Here's a fastball that misses. Max Muncie will be next. Bases are empty, 1 man out. 3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
That's strike 2 on a well-placed changeup around the knees. Lays off, ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here.
Just a nice piece of hitting right there, especially in extra innings. He didn't try to win the thing by himself or be a hero. He just patiently worked the at-bat until he earned the walk. We'll see if his teammates can pick him up now.
Now time is called, and we'll have a pinch runner at first, and that'll be a wise decision as he's the potential go-ahead run. Digging in, Max Muncie is 1 away. The runner at first represents the potential go-ahead score. Double play is in order, however. He'll start him with a fastball down and in for a ball, 1-0.
Number 27, Aaron Gore.
And he goes the other way with it, high and deep down the left field line. And this one scoots all the way to the wall. Gore heads for the plate. And he's safe at the plate as they take the lead.
Boy, those have to feel really good, Dero. You get late in the game, you come up with a big RBI base hit right here to give your team the lead.
Yeah, no one remembers that ground ball with eyes in the top of the 2nd inning. You want to show up when the game is on the line. Can you quiet your emotions down, take the crowd out of it, and slow yourself down enough to come through? And that's exactly what he did.
John Gant, a right-handed reliever standing 6'3", gets the ball now out of the bullpen. Into the box now, Justin Turner, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. He's looking for his 3rd hit of the ball game here. Here's the 0-1. Runner at second here with one man out. Curveball, but he can't get him to chase it 1-2.
Man, the pitcher let the guy off easy right there. That 0-2 pitch wasn't even close. I'd rate that as a non-competitive pitch.
The 1-2 is a breaking ball. They can't find the zone, and it's even at 2.
So you'd love for him to offer at that one, but the execution was flawless. Nice curveball that starts in the zone and breaks just out. Just a great take by the batter.
Full count now, 3-2.
Wow, this is a pretty good at bat right here. From down in the count 0-2 to work the count back to 3-2, and he's seen a lot of pitches too.
Now the payoff pitch home. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Edman is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out.
The center fielder, the 35, Cody Bellinger.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Cody Bellinger, trying to add some padding to their lead in the form of that run standing out there at second base.
That last at bat, that showed me something. It's not that easy to hit a changeup over 400-plus feet out of the ballpark. So this guy gets some good extension, strong wrist, and this guy's got some terrific bat speed.
Ready with the 0-1. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. DeYoung will put this one away, and the side is retired. Only one in the inning here for the guys in blue. So now we'll see if these guys can get even in the bottom of inning number 10. LA's on top 10-9. Terrence Gore will stay in the game, taking over in right field and batting in the 8th spot.
Number 27, Karen.
Scott Alexander takes the ball, looking to make sure this game goes no further. Save situation here in inning number 10.
Alexander.
Digging in to try it again, Tyler O'Neill. He went down on strikes last time up. First pitch of the at-bat. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Reined in. And a good throw gets him one gone.
Now batting, the left fielder, Tommy Edman.
Digging in, the switch hitter, Tommy Edman. He singled his last time up. First pitch coming. Here it is. And now a left-hander will start to get ready in the bullpen. One out, nobody on. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Now here's the pitch. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Peterson will range to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, the center fielder, Harrison.
So that'll bring in Harrison Bader. Here comes the first pitch. Here's a slider that's inside, 1-0. Two balls and no strikes to the Cardinals center fielder.
Looks like he's pitching pretty cautiously right here, but that happens when a guy's 3 for 3 on the day. Usually he's a guy you challenge a little bit more, but I guess he's earned some respect in this one.
3-0.
Well, he knows it, but this is the kind of guy you just have to go right after. He's not the biggest threat with the bat, so it's time to challenge him right here.
Here it is, the 3-0 is in there for strike one.
I got 3-1.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
Man, you hate to give up a 2-out walk to anybody, but especially to a speed demon like him. Good chance he's running here, and good luck trying to stop him.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Gyro Munoz. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Quick check on that tying run at first. And he has to dive, but he's back in easily. 2 out with a man at first. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. And they will get the force. And a tough way to end it here as this ball game is over.
Hey, it took them an extra frame to do it, but hey, they're not going to complain as they lock up a nice road victory here in 10 innings.
For one last check of the line score in this extra innings victory. Well, heroes are made in the postseason, and he was at least the hero in this one. He's our top player of the game.
And obviously, every game is so important in the postseason. So when you come to play like he did and make a big difference for your team, it's something that won't be forgotten.
And it's a 10-9 final at the end of this one. Los Angeles have evened it up at 2 here in the division series. Kenley Jansen pitches well enough to get the W. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. This has been a special presentation of MLB Network. Good night, everybody.
Here now is our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Dodgers, 10 runs, 13 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. For St. Louis, 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 40 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight.